To remove the front bumper of a Ferrari 360, first you have to remove both front wheels. Once the front wheels have been removed, you need to remove this panel from inside the wheel well on both sides. Once you have this panel removed with just screws, you need to look inside the wheel well here, and you'll see two more fasteners up here on your left, and the be same on the right hand wheel well. Take the two screws, here's one of them, and a plate. So the plate will be on here first, and then the screws go on top of it. Remove both of these, and then do the same on the other side. Remove your electrical connector for your side marker light on both sides. It's just got a little clip, so you want to remove that. And then once you do that, you're going to go into the trunk area, and you're going to remove 4 grommets. You can see 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, and the same on the opposite side. So the 2 there, and there should be a bolt in each hole. These are 17 millimeter, and the ones outside are 13 millimeter. So you're going to remove those 2 bolts and 2 washers, and then once you get that done, you're going to have to go underneath the car and remove some screws from the front. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 screws that need to be removed from underneath. I mean, you can remove this whole panel, this under panel, but you don't need to. So once you have that removed, all the bolts inside the trunk removed, you should be able to slide the front bumper off. Now this may take a couple people because it is kind of bulky. It's not real heavy, but it is kind of bulky. So it would be nice to have 2 people when removing the bumper. And it just slides forward. It's real easy to get off. You may have to help it, the edges. You might have to have somebody watch the edge of the bumper when you're sliding it past this bracket inside here. But other than that, it should just slide right off. Bumper has been removed. You're going to look at these. There's some brackets in here where they attach. These are shims. Do not take these off because it's shimmed to the correct dimensions when it's installed on the car. So do not remove that if you don't have to. Okay. And here you can see the other attach points. So at this time, the bumper has been removed. And you can see some shims on here. If they're, don't pry them off. If they're still attached, just leave them there. And if there's any cleaning or anything at this time, you like rocks and stuff, there's some rocks, debris in there, you can grab that stuff out of there and be gentle. Do not crush these radiators in here. This is for your cooling system, so you don't want to bend the radiators over. So if you're inside there, be gentle. And then see, on my car, this is kind of unusual. It has the air horns, and most of these 360s were sold with regular horns. They no longer had the air horns, but for some reason, at one point in time, somebody installed air horns on this particular car. So I'm going to do some maintenance, either lube it or check the air lines just to see what's going on with it. But I can hear the motor runs, but for some reason, the air horns are not working properly. Once you have somebody help you put the bumper back on, you want to install the 4 bolts inside the trunk compartment first. So on the right side, you want to install the nut and washer here and here. And on this other side, here and here, before you tighten the outer bolts. Because this will actually place your bumper in the correct position when you install these 4 and tighten them up. And then once you come to the outer side in the wheel well, you put your plate on first, and then you put your nuts on, and don't tighten them, okay? And that'll allow for adjustment for your fender right here. Once that's loose, you can adjust this in or out, up and down. So once you get your correct gap through here, you will then tighten these two bolts on the left hand side and on the other side. So these are all secure now. These are nice and tight. This, the left hand side, the right hand side. Don't forget your connectors for your marker light on both sides. And once you have your trunk compartment bolts all tight, you can go ahead and proceed to reinstall the inner fender panel, which is right here, and then reinstall your wheel. And then that should be it. Other than that, putting the rubber grommets back in your trunk area. Reinstall your rubber grommets over the bolts, which can be a little difficult, but you get the idea. Over there, and over here, and then I have inner fender well, reinstall all the screws tight all the way around. These are pretty fragile, so when you're taking these in and out, be careful with them because they break easy. And then underneath the car, don't forget to reinstall the screws that you removed in the front lower bumper assembly all the way down. Remember, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. And then, like I said, here's the right side forward inner fender assembly reinstalled. And then at this point, like I said, just reinstall both front wheels. Don't forget to torque those. And then that should complete the removal installation of the front bumper assembly.